This simulation features the humanistic approach to psychotherapy, a method developed by Carl Rogers that centers on empathy, genuineness, and unconditional positive regard. Our client, Hope Elizabeth Soberano, seeks therapy to work through anxiety and trauma rooted in an unstable childhood and the pressure of fame. Her therapist, Dr. Reyes, offers a safe space where Hope can rediscover her authentic self.
Hi, Liza. I'm glad you came here today. Everything you say stays between us, and there's no right or wrong way to express yourself.
Thank you, Doc. Talking about my feelings isn't easy for me. I've always had to keep it to myself since I was a kid.
It sounds like you've spent a long time sheltering yourself and maybe even hiding pain behind strength.
Yes, growing up was unstable. We moved a lot, different relatives, foster homes. I had to take care of my little brother while doing all that when no one else could.
So you have to become the protector at a very early age.
Yes, when my mom got sick, well, things got bad. And I told myself that I shouldn't cry.
That must have been so scary. You were just a child, and no child should have gone through that.
I guess that's why I was keeping myself busy. If I stopped, the memories would come back.
Humanistic
I
therapy
understand,
honors
and
the
you didn't have
client's
to hold
lived
it all
experience.
together. And
Rather than
here you can
analyzing,
rest,
Dr.
and
Reyes
this
offers
is your safe
empathy and
space.
presence, helping Hope give meaning to her trauma and reconnect with her inner strength.
Last time you mentioned memories returning when you slowed down. Would you like to talk about one of those?
Um, there was this memory. There's one night, um, I think I was 9 maybe. My mom's partner and her, they were fighting. And I grabbed my brother, who hid in a closet. I told him to keep quiet, or else he will find us. I remember being very scared at that.
Thank you for sharing that memory with me and for trusting me, Liza. That little girl did everything she could to keep you both safe. And she was brave beyond her years.
Sometimes when people shout, I sometimes hear his voice instead, and it brings me back like, oh, I'm back here again.
That makes sense. Your body remembers what it's like to be in danger. And we are here to teach you that you're safe now and you don't have to keep fighting anymore.
So it's not weakness?
It's not weakness, it is strength. Your body learned how to protect you, and you're safe now.
Actually, I've never told this story before. It was kind of hard to say it
In the
out
final
loud.
session, Hope
You're completely
integrates her
accepted here,
experiences with
not
compassion.
for the world who
Through
wants you to
empathy and
be, but to
unconditional
live
positive
fully.
regard, the humanistic approach
This
allows
kind
her
of
to grow
feels like
towards
freeing.
self-acceptance.
How have you been since that sharing of memory, Liza?
I cried a lot that night, but I feel different. I feel lighter. I started journaling again. I wrote to that little girl I used to be.
That's wonderful, Liza. What did you tell her?
That she's safe now. That she doesn't have to protect everyone anymore.
That's such a beautiful message, Liza. You're beginning to give yourself the same kindness you once gave to everyone.
Sometimes I do still have bad dreams, but now I breathe through them. I remind myself, oh, I did it.
That's self-acceptance, letting both pain and strength exist together. That's what makes you you.
For the first time, I actually don't feel broken. I just feel like myself.
And that's what healing really is. It's not becoming someone new. but embracing every part of you.
Session 4 marks the shift in the therapeutic scene as Hope and Dr. Reyes transition to an online meeting. Virtual sessions create a different kind of vulnerability, one that happens inside a client's personal environment. In person, the therapy room provides structure and distance from the outside world. But online, the client sits in her own home, surrounded by the memories, objects, and emotion tied to her past. This setting makes emotional triggers more accessible. The computer screen becomes not a barrier but a window, allowing the client to be seen where she truly lives. In this online session, Hope confronts trauma that resurfaced from social media comments. Despite the physical distance, Dr. Reyes maintains presence through voice, eye contact, and gentle pacing. Humanistic therapy is not limited by location. Its heart lies in empathy, acceptance, and genuine connection. Here, Hopes learn that healing can take place anywhere, even though through a screen, as long as she is met with understanding.
I'm noticing your posture today, Liza. The shoulder look tense today. How's your body feeling?
Right? Like, I'm embracing myself. I've been like this since last night.
Thank you for noticing, for sharing that with me. Now let's take slow down. Place your feet on the ground if that feels okay. And take one slow breath with me in and out. When you are ready, what brought you this session on?
There was this gossip page online, and they said something about my childhood, calling me like broken goods. I tried to ignore it, but it stuck to me like glue. And it took me back to foster care, to that house I hated. I remember being told I wouldn't amount to anything, that I was just a burden.
Liza, hearing adults say those things to a child leaves wounds that don't disappear. Your reaction today isn't about weakness. It's about remembering pain you never got to talk about.
I thought I was over it, honestly, but when I read that comment, it was like I was right back there in that kitchen, hearing my adoptive caregiver say, like, no one wants kids like you.
I'm here with you. You're not alone in that memory. What did younger Liza need to hear in that moment that she never got?
She needed someone to say, you matter. You're not hard to love. You're a child, and none of this is your fault.
And and if you'd like, you can tell her that now.
Little hope, you deserve love. You were never broken. You were never the problem. You were just a kid trying to survive.
That was incredibly brave, Liza. You just gave yourself what no adult gave you at that moment. Genuine care.
I feel tired, but kind of relieved. Like I finally let something out that's been stuck for years.
And I've witnessed that release with you.
The fifth session continues online, deepening the intimate atmosphere created by virtual therapy. With a client seated in familiar surroundings, emotional openness becomes easier. There are no long commutes, no studio lights, no public eyes. Only hope, her thoughts, and a trusted therapist on the other side of the call. Online therapy highlights an important humanistic principle. Healing is not about the room, but about the relationship. Through the screen, Dr. Reyes mirrors warmth and authenticity. Hope's voice becomes steadier, her shoulders lighter as she reads letter to her younger self. Letters she might not have shared so openly in a formal office. Here, the distance becomes closeness. The silence between them becomes softer. Their connection becomes deeper. This session reveals Hope's growing capacity for self-compassion. She begins integrating her trauma story with acceptance rather than avoidance. And in the comfort of her own space, she rediscovers her inner voice, one that tells her she is safe, worthy, and whole.
You look more grounded today, Liza. How was the week since your last emotional release?
Well, I cried a lot after our talk, but this time the tears felt like they were washing something out. I didn't feel ashamed. I felt human.
That's such a meaningful progress. You allowed yourself to feel, not to suppress.
I tried writing a letter from my adult self to my younger self, um, and it was long, doc. I didn't really realize how much I wanted to say.
Would you feel comfortable sharing that part?
Of course, dear Hope, I'm sorry no one protected you. I'm sorry you had to be strong when you all you wanted as a child was to be like one. But I promise you now, I will protect you. I will love you and I will not abandon you.
That is so powerful, Liza. You're offering her the stability that no adult gave you, a genuine care.
I realized something, and I've been performing strength for my whole life. But strength isn't pretending. Nothing happened. Strength is accepting that I did and choosing to heal anyway.
Exactly. Your strength isn't the mask, it's honesty.
I'm starting to see the difference. For years, I thought vulnerability would ruin my image. Now, I think vulnerability is what makes me real.
What do you think younger Hope would say if she saw who you've become today?
Oh, she'd be totally shocked. She'd probably say, "We made it?" And I'd tell her, "Yes, we made it. We survived everything they said that would break us."
Listening to you now, you sound like someone who's reclaiming her.
I think I finally believe that I'm worthy of the life that I have. Not because I had to earn it, but because I deserve to exist without fear.
And you do deserve that, Liza, fully and completely.
The humanistic approach views each person as capable of healing when met with understanding and authenticity. Hope's journey shows that recovery begins not by erasing trauma, but by bracing one's truth with compassion. In humanistic therapy, healing grows through genuine connection, whether in person or online. Through self compassion and emotional awareness, Hope learns to embrace her trauma, not as burden, but as a part of our human story.